Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and today we are going to do the, I guess, top 12. It was supposed to be top 10, but I didn't want to eliminate anybody. Maybe we'll try and pick two that I'd scratch off the list at the end. But top 10 slash top 12 units that are my most wanted epics in the game. Now that's not going to count Void Champions, just to keep things a little more realistic. Just before we get into that, I was able to clear, I showed you guys the video yesterday clearing 100. I was able to clear the spider today. I got it first try. If it had taken me a couple tries, I probably would have recorded it. But I thought I was going to fail first run, and so I wasn't recording at the time, and I ended up clearing it. So we got all the way to 119. We cleared the secret room. So next video will hopefully be clearing 120 and adding another void shard to our collection. We are up to 6 currently. My hope is to be able to get up around that 10 mark by the time the Christmas Fusion is announced and comes around. And also, Faction War is kind of a slow day for me today, with Barbs, who I have none of. Basically all 4 stars in my Barbs faction, and High Elves are up to 39 stars. So, get into actually what we're supposed to be talking about today. Today is day 70, and I thought today was a good spot to kind of get into the units that I want most on this account. So I didn't put these in any order. We're going to go through them faction by faction. I will give a couple honorable mentions that I probably would have on the list if I didn't already have other things that would kind of replace them. And I'll let you know a couple of the ones that I have that would be on the list otherwise as well. So, starting with the Banner Lords, I don't have Stagnite. I could potentially take him off my top 12 to make it a top 10 because I do have a couple of AoE defense breaks, but I would like a different element, so that would be nice. Also, yeah, just being able to use him in different places where using Magic Champions is a little more difficult. And that S1 slow is really, really nice. I think that's it for Banner Lords, actually. Yep. So that's it for the Bandit Lords. He is our first one on the list. Moving on to High Elves. Royal Guard I already have. Tyrell I already have. So I didn't put them on the list. But Vergis would be on my list. Really, really, really good defense-based champion. Really nice passive here with the shield and continuous heal. The skill 2 is just kind of crazy. And, of course, a pretty solid S1 as well with the Reflect. Just nice to be able to have in your back pocket. And again, one of the reasons I included him on my list is because I have so many Magic champions. Being able to have other options against floors that Magic champions aren't going to be good would be very helpful for my account currently. And these two, like I said, would be included, but I already have them. Moving on to Sacred Order. So Sacred Order, I'm a little bit weak here, as you can see. I do have Hope, and I think Hope is very good, but it wouldn't make my list. In terms of my most wanted epics, Deacon Armstrong and Mordecai would both make my list, definitely. Deacon Armstrong, obviously, one of the best defense breakers in the game. He has a speed aura, extra turn, defense break. Defense break on a 3-turn cooldown, plus can reduce his own cooldown by proccing an extra turn here, so it's like 2.5 turn cooldown. Top tier, would love him for, I guess, Clan Boss and for Arena. Especially because I do have a couple defense breakers, but he's just next level. And then Mordecai, really I only want Mordecai because I have Achak the Wenderin, and I'd love to pair them together for Spider. So, very good Spider unit, and I have a lot of Spider farming in my future. So, he is on my list for sure. Moving over here, Honorable mention to Armina. Armina is very good defense breaker, but I already have a couple magic based base defense breakers, so I didn't include her on my list. The one I did include on my list is Farakin. So Farakin, basically just for his skill 3, increases crit rate and crit damage on all allies. Then all allies except for this champ will attack with their S1. Really solid kit there. Not only does it give you the ally team up attack, but adds to that the fact that I'm very short on barbarians, so that is why he would make my list. Moving on to Ogre Tribes. First up, Ugo, honorable mention. Same reason as for Armina. I already have a magic-based defense breaker. So the one that does make the team for me is Skull Crusher. So Skull Crusher, something I don't have is this counterattack buff. It would be really nice to have it on my team because I don't have a Valk either. So getting a counterattack champion would be very helpful. So I would include him on my top 12 list. Leaving Ogre and Tribes, moving on to Lizardmen. Lizardmen, probably the unit I want the most out of any unit in the game would be Venomage. For many reasons. One, I just love this design. I don't know, it looks really cool. And this kit is ridiculously strong. Heal reduction, if heal reduction is up, gives your whole team decreased damage. Not a lot of decreased damage passives in the game, and I don't have any, so that would be nice. Skill 3 with the heal reduction to proc that passive, as well as 2 poisons. Skill 2, defense break and attack break. And then the skill 1, basically poison detonation or activation. So crazy strong kit, just so well rounded, works so well with so many other and so many other units in the game. I'm kind of curious what the people are rating her. I think she should be rated higher, honestly. The fact that some of these aren't 5s is shocking. I guess Spider, like Fire Knight, Spider's Den, I get it. Golem, I think she's amazing in Golem. Surprised that's low. Surprised Minotaur's low. And these, I guess, don't really matter, but she'd be good in these too. She's just top tier. Granted I don't have her, but crazy kit, and probably my most wanted out of all of these. Moving on to the Skinwalkers. I don't think there's anybody in here in terms of epics that I really want. I have a bunch of the. I do have Basher, which is nice. I would like Fane, but I don't think that any of these would make my top 10, even though I'm really struggling with Skinwalkers. Let's move over to Orcs. So I do happen to have Duck the Pierced. I would include him if I didn't already have him. So honorable mention to him. But in terms of other units on here, obviously we can't pick Seer because she's not one of the normal elements. So actually nobody on this list for Orcs that would be in my top 10. Moving down to Demonspawn, one of my most wanted, and one of the characters that I was just talking about in my Discord was Allure. Basically, you just want it for the skill 1. long story short, you just want it for the skill 1. Being able to decrease turn meter by 25% with each of these 3 attacks basically can bring the turn meter down from 75% to 0. And there's no percent chance for that to proc, so it's just going to proc every single hit. She is ridiculous, and potentially my most, well, I mean, up there with Venomage in terms of how good she is and how much I would like her. She does have an AoE defense break as well, but it's not 100% chance. I think in a lot of situations you probably turn these skills off, even though they're not bad. Depends on what content you're doing. I also would love her for Faction Wars as well. Also on the list from Demonspawn is Magnar, because I do not have Magnar, and I would love a Magnar. Just the idea of HP-based damage is going to be really strong, and his damage is through the roof with his There's skill 2 here. That's super strong damage on that skill, and I'm a big fan of not dying when I'm trying to kill other things, so that would be nice. Also, honorable mention to Achak. I really like my Achak. I use him a lot. I don't know if he would have made this list if I didn't have him, especially because I don't have an HP burn champion. But if I did have an HP burn champion, he would be on my list because he's crazy strong, especially when paired with HP burn. Even though he has it on his kit, it's not overly reliable. I should put that out there. Next up, we're actually skipping over Dark Elves. Is that right? Yeah. Skipping over Dark Elves. Nobody I really am like. I like Spider, but I haven't built Spider yet. I'm not overly excited about any of these kits. But moving on to Knight's Revenant. Honorable mention to Miscreated Monster. Reason being is that I happen to have Claude, who we didn't mention. Let's go back up here. This guy. Claude the Beast Feeder. Really strong. Kind of do the same thing with the shields. So when I need a shield champion, I'm using him instead of Miscreated because I don't have Miscreated. Granted, Miscreated's probably better at the job, but I already have somebody doing that job, so I don't need to replace them. Also, Doom Priest, somebody I already have that probably would have made the list if I didn't already have her. And very happy that I built her early. She helped me through a lot of content. Oh, we missed somebody. I missed someone. Undead Hordes. Did I just skip right over Undead Hordes? Whoops. Seeker. Seeker is definitely on my list as well. Defense aura, if you need it. For the most part, I think I would only use this on defense. But this passive can be really annoying, putting up increased defense. Especially if like they're trying to nuke with a multi-hitter. This is going to probably stop that. And then, of course, there's a turn meter fill and attack increase as well. Attack buffers seem to be somewhat rare in this game, so that is why he makes my list. Then moving on to dwarves. My dwarf faction is very limited. Luckily, I happened to summon Demytha, who's my only dwarf, and I have the 3 stars as well. I did use him yesterday, as you guys saw. I was actually able to clear, I think stage 7. I 3-starred with her, Master Butcher. I forget which ones I used. I think I used Kurzad and Dilgal, and then who are level 30. He was level 34, and Bulwark was level 1. And I was able to 3-star that stage. And Demytha was able to solo, I think, all the way up to stage 13 by herself, even with the rest of the team already dead. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Geomancer is on my list, of course. I would love a Geomancer. Rearguard Sergeant would be nice as well. Basically, at this point, I would just love any dwarf that's decent. Ideally, one of these first, I guess, 3. I don't even know. I mean, he wouldn't be bad either. I would have nothing against the Grizzled Jarl for my faction war team, but a Geomancer would be ideal. He's the one I'm going to put on my list for the top 10 most wanted. And then if we jump down into here, honorable mention to Taragi, but he didn't quite make the list. And yeah, that's going to be it for my top 10 / top 12 most wanted. Let me know what you guys are looking for down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now, guys.